Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Reta. Let's go check out that rumor at the crossroads of 100 dreams. If that's where it's at. Enemies of humanity have been spotted aboard the ship. Warp beasts have enthralled the crew in charge of one of the macro cannons and massacred those who resisted the heresy. The Lord Captain is their only hope. The Rogue Trader and his retinue will personally go and face these contemptible foes. Again.
Is there money to be made?
Oh, new fight.
I'll make an example out of you.
Surrender to the dark powers!
It's as good as done.
I will do my duty.
Okay, let's get our front line up here.
You've got a problem, I've got a prize. I can do that, with the right incentive.
Alright, buddy. Been some work here.
I venerate you, machine spirits.
I'm gonna move him into cover so he can use his bonus.
Activating
Here should be fine.
calculated algorithm. Request approved.
Death to the weak. Faced worse than this.
We all took 0 damage. Unlike that bloodletter.
Is that my blood?
Death to non-believers.
Now I'm really riled up.
What a sneaky jerk. So the front line's not where I want it to be now.
I'll make it happen. Who if not me?
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
Chaos guides me. See your great works, masters!
Thank you for that.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Vengeance will be swift.
I won't object to it.
Let's see to it.
Get me a target.
Yeah, these two guys, and one fell swipe. Or I guess one fell cleave.
For the throat.
I won't object to it.
He shouldn't be on the front line, but he does have his power axe, so I think he'll be alright.
We have one.
Out of my way!
Just a minor setback. My place is at the ford. At your beck and call. It will be done. Indeed.
Don't get too cocky.
Maybe not Pascal. We're gonna give it to Heinrichs instead.
Let's see to it. Naturally. Nothing stands against me.
The Omnissiah condemns you.
Good job, buddy.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Surfaces around are covered in mucus. It's such an odd bit of dial. Is that a battle cry? What is that? How am I getting cover? Is it because of this? This will cover in front and behind him. I'm not sure why.
You should have thought twice before crossing me.
Reduced to dust. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Dominance achieved!
That is satisfying.
I took care of this one. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
I don't know if I can hit him from here. Yeah. Not enough to kill, but enough to maim.
Everyone, step aside.
Gosh, 97 damage on his offhand weapon.
Keep your wits about you.
Heinrichs is a monster. Not just because he's in the Inquisition.
I always keep my options open.
I will endure.
And it may take a while, but ensuring that you hit as many random encounters as possible increases the amount of cargo you get. So it is a way to grind out your faction reputation. So is the Rimmer here, or potential Rimmer here. An entire Imperial world perished. I'm assuming it's talking about this, right? I don't know how we inspect that, though. We could also be wrong and it's not here. Alright, so an unforeseen event that was how it was listed on the system map. Not explored. According to the ancient chronicles and maps handed to you by the Pilgrim, this icy planet used to be a prosperous imperial colony. However, a sharp change in its trajectory, brought upon by the warp anomaly raging in the system, caused the world to distance itself from the local star. In less than a decade, the planet's surface was completely encased in ice, sealing a wealth of machines and artifacts of the Imperium inside a glacial tomb. Use the augurs to scan the planet. Magos Hanuman made a logical statement. Unverified information received from a nameless individual is likely to prove false. However, the factual evidence pointing at the authenticity of the ancient documents allows one to assume the rogue trader's augurs are not powerful enough to perform a more thorough scanning of the frozen world. Alright, leave the world encased in ice, and we'll come back here later. So we have 2 places we need to come back and scan. Let me write that down real quick, along with my other notes. I don't remember where the other one was at. I didn't write that one down. I guess I did. It was in Omicron. Alright, so we have a dungeon back in Ottermot 2. Acolytes of the Cult Mechanicus have reported a disturbing incident. All Vox systems in the middle deck started broadcasting otherworldly sounds, whistling a haunting melody. The strains of monstrous music drove people into a frenzied dance that could not be stopped. Several hours later, the Vox devices fell silent. The dancing crew members fell lifeless. The area was cleared and the bodies of the deceased were disposed of with the necessary precautions. The Immaterium released us from its grip, this time. Emergency. Servitors assigned to the storage base have gone berserk and are attacking voidsmen. Survivors are claiming to have seen some pernicious warp beast possessing one of the automatons. It must be expelled one way or another. So we could give them stuff, but this sounds like a new fight, so I want to do it myself. The Rogue Trader and his retinue will personally go and face these contemptible foes. If I have the option to skip a fight that we've done before, I'll do that, but I do want to experience all the unique fights. Well, I guess it's not technically unique, but you get what I'm saying.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
It will be done.
Front line there, damage here, and defensive here.
How about no?
So, well, there's a way. Now, it's possible Pascal could place it here.
You jest, sure.
Let's put it there, just move her over one tile.
Am I getting paid for this?
Messiah knows all, comprehends all. I venerate you, machine spirit.
Well, that was fantastic.
Tell me, and it is done.
Insignificant value. Running binary override.
Casa.
Alright, so I'll move her over here, I think. Concentrated fire, devastating attack. Flamer.
High momentum.
Might hit all four. Where is it at? I'm gonna go this way instead and hit this guy. It's not burning yet. Zero damage, but he is on fire.
I won't object to it. But of course, Lord Captain, I'm done with this one. For the throne's glory. Be gone.
Easy peasy. Move up here and do this. Gotta one-shot this guy.
Eradicated.
My gut tells me it's a bad idea. On it. The best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, why not?
I'll see to it personally.
I can't target Heinrichs with Air of Authority. He's out of range until I use Voice of Command. Oh, that's right, it has that other effect. I forgot about that. Should use that first. That increases the damage that my Vanguard does.
Let's see to it. I won't object to it. Your reckoning is due. Let's see to it. But of course, Lord Captain. I'll put my psychic abilities to use. Be gone.
And this is going really well.
I'm done with this one.
And Heinrichs is just
More trouble than it's worth.
tearing a bloody swath of these guys. Can't get close enough this turn, though.
Don't get too cocky. I can do that with the right incentive.
Alright, increases damage. He's still under the effect of... Follow my lead.
I'll make it happen.
You've got a problem? I've got a prize.
Request approved.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
So clean house over here. Then we just have the one servitor left. And... that guy back there. A running gun over here.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone!
I need a foothold.
Alright, Mason Heinrichs after that guy. Well, we can probably do both.
Be gone. I won't object to it.
He gets an extra attack. Voila!
What is it, rogue trader?
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Looks like that's all the loot.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Recolligers plot. They called it pilot last time. The green on green doesn't make for the easiest reading. It doesn't seem that big. Oh, hey, there's people. Welcome, your lordliness. Please, come right in. Something, something. And you nitwits. That's going too fast. What do you say? Welcome, your lordliness. Please, come right in. Our chief shall greet you. And you nitwits, quit your gawking and get to work.
Let us not dawdle.
An initial survey of the vessel indicates that my explorator brethren have already performed a requiem right here. Further examination is inadvisable.
Huh. The plate reads, Lethanos Pride. The name Lethano surfaces in your mind. The history of a family from the Coronis Expanse who invested all they had in a family ship. The ship perished in the warp on its maiden voyage. The Lethano line never recovered from this crushing blow.
What about the sagacious marauders rooting around in the guts of this dead colossus of the void? Talk to them. Wisdom can be found in unexpected places, Shireen.
How far we have fallen. Rogue trader digging through rubbish. I can scarcely speak for grief. Actually, Abelard, it was you digging through rubbish. I was watching you do it.
I
You
always...
are outdated and suboptimal. Your body has suffered deterioration and requires modification.
Funnily enough, I've grown rather attached to the old thing. Have patience. Someone will shoot me any minute now, and then you'll have your chance to upgrade me.
Oh, alright, sorry about his body. I don't know, Abelard, I would consider him suboptimal. He can take a hit. Despite his age, he is a
What
trooper.
do we have here?
I do not like the Lord Captain's interest in Mistress Haydari. She is useful, but letting her get so close is imprudent.
Listening to you now, First Officer Viserion, I wonder if you guarded Lady Theodora's bed as vigilantly as you do the current Lord Captain's.
Ooh.
It's about you.
Abelard and Theodora sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Is there money to be made?
A dump site of cut pieces of metal and other materials. Probably from clearing out a path deeper into the ship. Whoa, check out the visitors over here. Must be someone big. A working area where fragments of the ship are dismantled in search of scraps of valuable metals or parts.
I always keep my options open.
Reta. A tired-looking woman of indeterminate age, clad in work clothes, breaks off from her task to greet you. She freezes momentarily, clearly unsure how to address you, then says simply, Your Lordship, please excuse me. I don't really know your name. Welcome to our little colony. May the light of the Emperor be with you, and with us. My name's Reta Mashizmova? I'm in charge here. What is this place? We just call ourselves Rita's crew, and this place is Rita's camp. That's it. We're Recolligers, scavengers in common terms. She does not speak the word scavengers with any kind of disdain. On the contrary, there is dignity in her voice, the kind with which one would announce their affiliation with a respected guild or family. Tossing a glance at Pascal, she grimly adds, And our work is all legal, even though your brethren have no liking for us. Pascal stares dispassionately at Reta with a hint of disgust. Evidently, he has not even considered the possibility that replying to this creature's words could be anything other than heresy. What do you do here? Right now we're gutting this old heap of junk, slowly but surely. That's a Recolliger's life for you. They drop us off at some decrepit station or an ancient battlefield. We just sit there for years on end. We look for working tech or valuable materials, or whatever else might be useful. If we find anything, we sell it to passing ships. Not the easiest job out there. These wrecks are chock full of all kinds of dangers, but I swear on my plasma torch, it's an exciting one for sure. This little bird's got all kinds of bells and whistles. Most of the tech is dead, but we do find working pieces now and again. We spent 2 whole months clearing out this shaft we found. Finished just 3 days ago, actually. We found this thing. A bit weird looking, but still functional. Rita's expression brightens a little. Perhaps your lordship would like to buy this component from us. I'll bet that big ship you've got could get plenty of use out of it. Pascal's box crackles to life. Imperiously, he tells her, Present the object, laywoman. but curiosity creeps into his voice nonetheless. I mean, if it's legal and it's part of the Imperium, we don't know if they're legit or not. Yeah, I will buy the component. As far as we know, it's all legal. Wasn't this something? The Emperor himself must have smiled upon us. Reta makes a triumphant gesture. I mean, thank you, your lordship. You'll be pleased with the results. Maybe. Her mood visibly improves. You know, your lordship, it's kind of embarrassing to offer you this. But over in that corner there, we keep things we don't rightly understand or can't really use. You could send some of your people to check it out if you'd like. Clearly you know more about this stuff than us. You might find something useful. You've got your own ship. No, not even close. A luxury like that? You could count the Recolligers who got their own ship on one hand. An old worker's hand that got sucked into a machinery 3 times, and slashed by a plasma cutter twice. We fly with whoever, mostly just taking our chances. Sometimes we hitch a ride on the promise that we'll pay with what we find later. Other times we find some other means. Risky business, obviously. 5 or so years back, a crew got dropped off at an abandoned station, but something wasn't right with the life support systems. The ship came back to pick them up 2 years later, and found nothing but bodies. And about 15 years ago, back before I had my first little one, the ship took 3 crews to the locations and ran into pirates on the way back. The ships go out on expeditions for years at a time, so it was ages before anyone realized they were missing. It was even longer before they remembered the scavengers. Plus, it took some time to find a ship that could check on them and pick them up. Long story short, all 3 crews had bought it. Yep. Can you tell me anything about this wreck? Not much. We're no eggheads, you know. We're manual labor. It's an ancient thing. Pretty dangerous. We don't really know much beyond that. Before we came here, some tech priests had done their own bit of gutting. I mean, ritualing, bowing to the spirits, all that. That lot don't tend to leave a whole lot of valuables behind, it's true. But it's way too scary to go in before them. And hey, we dragged a dozen of their broken servitors out of the mines after. The carcasses smell awful, and you pluck a decent number of parts out of a servitor and sell them. Doesn't seem like there's anything nasty living inside the wreck now, but the wreck itself is barely holding together. You go a couple of modules from here, and that's it. You'll take another step without fearing that a broken reactor might cook you alive. Or a whole module might depressurize. But it's nothing we haven't handled before, so we're having a poke at it. We don't have a clue what this ship is or who it belonged to. You take pride in your trade, I see. Sure do. Take skill and luck, and a good head on your shoulders. We risk our lives every day, crawling on top of these old buckets. If something goes wrong, we die, by the scores sometimes. One moment we're there, the next we're gone. Kind of like worker ants. How would you know what ants are? But you know what, your lordship? Our job also has something, how should I put it, poetic about it. Hope you don't judge me too harshly, and don't take it as insolence. But some people, even big people like you, think too highly of themselves. Now let's say your ship hops into the warp someday and doesn't hop out of it in time. And around 1,000 years later, another gal like myself, who needs to feed her 3 ankle biters somehow, will be rifling through its remains looking for anything good. That's just the nature of things. Each of us comes and goes, but the way the world works stays the same. We all have our lot in life, and mine is just as good as any other. I don't know if I don't like the response, but it is considered dogmatic. A nonsense. There are those who are great and those who are nothing. That is the nature of things. You say so, your lordship. I'm a simple woman, living a simple life, having simple thoughts. If I happen to blurt out some bunkum, that's just because I'm not that bright. Reta shrugs. I can take you from this place. It's not safe here, and sooner or later it will drift somewhere so remote that nobody will ever find you again. But this is our whole livelihood, your lordship. You take us from here, and what are we going to do? Sit in some hold slaving away? Here we've got our own colony, our own operation. No, this is our path, we won't stray from it. I mean, you've been here for a while. Take what you can, hop on the next ride, I can drop you off somewhere else and pick you up later. I see. Your lordship, Reta falters as if flustered by her own nerve. Please don't take it as insolence, but it's not like I have much choice. It's not often that we get well-stocked ships around here. We could certainly use more provisions and some warm clothes. If it's something you would be willing to provide, we'd gladly barter for it with whatever we can dig up inside this here ship. It's just a respectful offer of fair trade. She bows slightly before stepping aside.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
The apparatus gurgles and emits a strong smell of alcohol, probably not of the industrial variety. The simple machinery and tools look a little worn, but well maintained.
I always have a backup plan.
A small selection of valuable finds, carefully sorted and packed. In this work of crude craftsmanship, you can just make out one of the depictions of the Emperor commonly seen in the Cronus Expanse.
Keep your wits about you.
A job for me.
Okay. A damaged safe. The contents of similar safes are destroyed when hacking is attempted. You should not try to open it just like that, but something from the environment could help. Something is propped against the door from the inside. You hear the piercing sounds of a saw and other tools coming from behind it.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
There's nothing here but cheap scrap metal. Among the wreckage was an instruction manual for the duty officer on how to access the safes. You can obtain the codes to the safes by logging into the ship's cogitators, which are, I guess, here. The cogitators appear to be inoperative.
Is there money to be made?
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
The cogitator is off, but appears intact. You try to power it from a local source.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
One piece of the puzzle to the next. I'm guessing all the way over here. Or not.
Let us not dawdle. I always have a backup plan. Always keep your eye on the prize.
Can we just access the safe now? We didn't power the cogitator.
Keep your wits about you.
You think this is what we need? Let's talk to Reta real quick. Your lordship, what brings you here? I need power. Oh,
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
another check here.
Operation successful.
Alright, was there another one? No. You successfully logged in with the duty officer credentials and obtained the code to the old safe.
Is there money to be made?
Fantasimo. A fractal blade. A camellia-line cloak. The mimic fibers blend with the coloration of the wearer into the surroundings. The cloak grants the wearer plus 10% dodge. Oh wow, the wielder of the sword gains a plus 25% bonus to parry. It's pretty solid.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, well, I'll be. They opened it. Must be nice to be learned. We never would have cracked it. Poor Reta.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Just some humble blue-collared folks. Getting by. Let's get back to the Void Ship, and next time, we'll hop to the next system after we level up. We also need to level up Cassia and Irelia twice. And we should do some trading. Also, I want to see if the armor that we found... Why do we keep flashing like that? Oh, because we leveled up. And if we keep getting experience, it's letting us know that we're leveled up, I think. We found this... Pestis Carapace. So less armor than what I currently have. I'm not going to swap that out on him anyway. I might end up giving him heavy armor. So still less armor than the makeshift heavy Xenomesh. Yeah, I think that's just better than this. How does it look though? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to call it here. Next time, we've got a plan. We'll try to stick to it, but we'll see how that goes. But for now, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.